Some topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. Today I have a film review for the film The Well. But before we get into that, social media, all that stuff is in the description box. We got some donation links in there. If you could be kind enough to donate a little bit of change to your boy Strange Wangs, well,
I appreciate that.
But let's get down to brass tacks. I gave The Well 9 out of 10 Wangs.
Why? Why?
Because Darren Aronofsky, he puts on film all of his films are like this mostly, but this one I think does it the best. And I honestly really do think that this is Darren Aronofsky's best film, and it's going to have a longer life on the shelf because it's his best film. I think this film's going to grow in years and years later. It's going to get more respect and more respected because Requiem for a Dream is amazing and everything, but some of those appliances coming alive doesn't hold up the best. But The Well has none of that holding it back.
What else?
The Well is a heartbreaking spectacle. It's raw, it's crude, it's in your face, it's real, and heartwarming at times too, because this man is just so obese at sometimes, like, never in my wildest dreams did I think Fraser eating would make me disgusted. But I can't look away from the screen. When he stands up, when they show his body, I'm just like, I'm glued to the screen. And I've heard some people say it's cruel and it's hateful and everything, but that's I've seen clips of 600-pound life dog, like, people, this is their reality. And a lot of people in this world, they get 3,000 followers on Instagram and they become fucking delusional. Well, this is real life for a lot of people out there, especially in America. I'm assuming it's mostly America, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But this film doesn't hold punches, and I have to respect that, because usually when you have a film like this from everyone's perspective and it's just a gray world, it usually doesn't really hit too hard on the investment part. But because it's all set in his apartment and these characters just in and out, and the acting is so fucking good. I mean, top to bottom, everyone in this cast does a incredible job and puts on hell of performances, probably the best of everyone's career. I mean, Brendan Fraser being the fucking obvious, but showing, like, his daughter, for instance, Ellie, her showing that she just wanted her dad there and wanted his love, but she also hates him for not being there, and showing both sides of the coin, not having little in-depth conversations with her, and her being like, I love you so much. That, you don't want to put all your cards out on the table. That's what this film does. It does not do that. It holds it back, and it lets the audience ask questions. It lets the audience see these actors and their body language tell the story that words could tell, but it would be cheesy and not as good, I don't think. So the acting, because of that, makes this film even better, because top to bottom, they're just doing an amazing job letting you in on this world is gray. Because you cannot hate Liz, but you understand why she keeps doing what she does. And obviously Charlie, that pain, and he says it's constant, physical, emotional. He lives that 24/7. And if you was in his position, having your daughter there, even though she's saying you're gonna start a grease fire in hell, that little bit of connection is everything to that man. And it's just like, I don't want to see you go through this, but I understand why you're going through it. And honestly, I wasn't too invested in anyone particularly. Everyone had their points, but that that ending, tears teardrops. If I was Taylor Swift, I would have teardrops on my guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I said it.
But let's talk Brendan Fraser. The suit was incredible. The suit was
Fucking perfect!
just like his performance. You couldn't tell. It made it seem like this was a real person, from the hair to the stretch to the bruises and everything. The makeup department did an incredible job on this. But his performances, his little nuances in this role, his little facial reflections, reactions to things, it's just telling a story every second he's on screen. Every second, whether it's him, how he leans on things, or how he opens things, how he eats things, especially, gets you in depth of who this guy is and his pain. Because every emotion, you feel the pain just about. And to have a performance like that, and to hit so hard, and to be so, no pun intended, to be so heavy on an audience, to have you at times not feel bad for him, at times feel terribly sorry for him, at times understand. This isn't a film that makes you feel sympathetic to these characters 24/7, because that's just lazy. It will just be too sloppy, and you wouldn't get the potential that this film could provide, because you'd be crying the whole time and it will just be in your face, and you don't want a story in your face. This film respects the audience. It knows you guys are knowledgeable, and it treats you that way. And Brendan Fraser, what he does with that 2 hours of screen time pays off at the end in a emotional level. I don't think I've cried that way in a movie theater to a movie since Everything Everywhere All at Once. When it hit, you just couldn't help but to pour tears, or at least Strange Wang could it. I ain't gonna not admit it. I cried like a fucking baby.
Wham, bitch on them, baby.
Set design, everything like that is fucking amazing, because obviously he's going to have a very nice apartment, but a leaky roof, and that apartment complex is going to go down on the outside when we do see the outside, because he's been living in it forever, and it was probably really nice when he lived there, and it just went down, and he was like, man, fuck it. The rent probably went down. He's probably very happy about it, and the leaky roof, he doesn't give a fuck about that probably either. But everything like that just fucking hit. It was not knowledgeable. It made it relatable at times to some people probably. And what I have a problem with is something that I related to personally in this film. And it was basically church members ruins religions for a lot of people. And it has a big play in this film as well. And I can relate to that. People who go to church, some of them, they're fucking dicks. And I'm not saying they shouldn't take it as seriously as they do, but they're definitely on their high horse about it. Some church members are, and it ruins the experience for some of the members in the congregation. I can relate to that. And I'm glad they put this in this film, because it added more layers to this film, because obviously this film has multiple layers with homosexuality, the daughter-father relationship, the I'm helping you and I hate myself for it, and I also hate you for making me do this. The wife aspect when she comes into play, but tons of layers in this film, and I'm glad that one was added in, because it gave Liz something to do. It gave him a perspective, and it gave him motivation, and it gave him insight on who he was, and what's the guy's name? Thomas. And it gave him something to do, and it put the bow on his daughter's storyline very nicely. So it made sense of why it was in there. I'm glad it was in there, but it overstayed its welcome, in my personal opinion. That last conversation between Charlie and Thomas went a little long. It was a little wordy for my taste, and I was just like, let's get back to this guy and his fucking daughter, because that was the meat and potatoes of the movie. But unless you put another scene in there where she's like, hey, This is my homework. Why aren't you doing it? You're fat. Da 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 da. Without that, and you just have a talking emotional scene, it would have took away from the rawness and the realness, and wouldn't have had the same impact. I don't believe that it had at the end when you finally get it, when she finally opens up. So it's like, you did the right thing, but I'm also like, why'd you do this? So the balance of the story to me is off, and that's my only complaint about it. That is my only fucking complaint, that the balance is off within the story about what we're talking about how I don't believe in God because it hurt me and church members hurt me, and I'm taking out on God, or I'm just on a mission to save you. Like, that overstated welcome. And if you, I'm shit, you take that out, you save us 4 minutes. So, I mean, I guess what's 4 minutes, but that is my thoughts and opinions on Darren Aronofsky's The Well. It's an interesting film, and I think that it is underappreciated right now. Like I said, I've seen stuff on it before because people's been talking about this movie forever, all year long since it came out. And I think 65 is way too fucking low.
No shit.
I am shocked that it is that low. Like, really? That performance is supposed to at least like a 7 or 8. But I really enjoy the story because, like I said, when it comes to these movies where there is a world of gray and you just are watching people and you're not particularly invested in, the director doesn't want you to be invested in one particular person, usually those films don't hit for me. But this one, it did a exceptional job and made me understand and have value and have sympathy at times for each character in this movie. So good job, Darren Aronofsky. But I give this film a 9 out of 10 Wangs. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts and opinions. Scroll back up to the like button, share the video.
And then what?
Subscribe.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.